Hello everyone, my name is Jenny. I am a Kundalini yoga teacher. I've been blessed to be able to teach for 14 years now, and I'm so happy to be able to bring you a few meditation techniques that will help to bring us through this challenging time and maybe even become part of your daily routine. These are meditations that don't require any special equipment, any special experience. You don't need to be flexible. You don't need to ever have done yoga before. These are breath techniques called pranayama. These are going to be meditations that rely on moving the breath in different ways, as well as a mudra, or holding your hands in a specific way. And I'm doing this sitting on the floor, but you can do this sitting in a chair, sitting on a bed, even laying down in a bed. Wherever you're comfortable and wherever you can just relax and let yourself breathe. Before we begin, I'm going to tune in. This allows me to connect with my inner teacher, and then we'll get started. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. So each one of these breath meditations can be done for 3 minutes is a good benchmark. If you can get 1 minute in, that will help. Sometimes you only need 5 breaths to have an effect. If you can do 3 minutes, that's even better. And you certainly can go longer with some of these, but just know that they're very simple and they work quickly. And the whole idea is to allow yourself to be able to get control of your breath and your thoughts so that we can be healthy. We're going to start with a simple breath that's called an alternate nostril breath, and we're going to be using our right hand, the thumb and the pinky on the right hand, to alternately block the right and the left nostril. The two nostrils bring in different types of energy. The right nostril brings in energizing sun energy. This is energy that gets us moving and uplifted. And the moon energy comes in with the left nostril, and this is energy that can let us get calm, that can help us to get our thoughts put together, under control. And it's a good, left nostril breath is a good technique to use before going to bed if you're having trouble getting to sleep. So for this breath meditation, you can let your left hand rest on your knee. You can use Gyam Mudra, which is holding the index finger down with the thumb, and the other 3 fingers are extended. It rests on your knee. And we're going to take the right hand, block the right nostril, inhale through the left. Then switch, use the pinky to block the left nostril, and exhale through the right. And then you're going to inhale through the right. Switch again, and exhale through the left. We'll do a couple more rounds together. Inhale through the left. Switch not to the right. Exhale. Inhale through the right. Switch again. Exhale left. Inhale left. Switch to the right. And we'll do one more. Inhale right. Switch sides. Exhale left. Inhale left. Switch. Exhale right. And relax. That helps to bring both the sun and the moon energy into balance, bringing both hemispheres of the brain into balance. We're going to use the concept of right and left nostril breathing to move to our next pranayama, or next meditation, which is got a funny title. It's called Meditation to Keep from Freaking Out, which we could all use, right? So for this, we're going to interlace our fingers. Bring all of the fingers interlaced. The right thumb is going to come on top, and you're going to bring your hands together in and right about at the height of your diaphragm, just above your belly button. And we're going to continue with this awareness of the different breathing that comes through each nostril. So you're going to just breathe slow and deep. We begin the breath by expanding the belly and then opening the rib cage to lift and fill your lungs completely, and then take your time and exhale and drop the rib cage down, and finally bring the belly in. And this is a long, deep breath. If you can do this with your eyes closed, go ahead and close your eyes so that you can pay attention, be aware of the flow of the breath through the nose. We're breathing through the nose. And we want to come to understand which nostril is dominant right now, which nostril is having the most air flow through it. See if you can check in, see if you can become aware of which nostril is dominant. Every 2 hours, the dominant nostril shifts. But if we're stuck in a thought process or low energy, we can consciously change the nostril that's dominant to help to switch. We can switch our mood, we can help to elevate our energy. So going back to our first breath, remember that the right nostril is stimulating, energizing, and the left nostril is cooling. So we're still breathing long and deep. And if you find that you can't connect to your thoughts, you can't get settled, you want to shift your breathing to your left nostril. And if you find that your energy is low, that you are feeling a little sluggish, a little tired, you want to shift to the right nostril. And you can do that by using your hands. Right now we're doing this meditation. Slow, long, deep breathing, paying attention to which nostril is dominant. And now we're going to relax, shake out your fingers. So that was a short meditation, mostly to become aware of what your breath is doing. And while we're in that few moments, those few moments of stillness where we're not doing anything and we're just paying attention to our breath, we can also get a handle on our thoughts. We can take a few moments to see what our mind is doing and see how the breath can relate to the thoughts. And if we can allow ourselves a few moments to just be still and to focus on the breath, that alone is a very valuable meditation that can help us to calm ourselves or elevate ourselves, whichever the case may be. So just know that this is your practice. There's not a wrong way to do it. There's not a perfect way to do it. There's just the way that you're doing it right in this moment. And just allow yourself to be still and allow yourself to breathe. The next meditation we're going to do is a breath that's a segmented breath. We're going to fill the lungs using 4 segments, and then we're going to empty the lungs, exhale, with 1 long segment. And all of the breath is going to go through the nose. In this case, we're using 4 segments to inhale, 4 strokes, and then 1 graceful exhale. And we're going to use this to help to, again, bring ourselves into a state of calm and still, to be able to still the mind. So bring your hands onto your knees in Gyan Mudra, index finger holding down, being held down by the thumb. Stretch up your spine nice and tall so that you have room to breathe. You really want to stretch your spine to allow the rib cage to open and close. And we're going to go 4 strokes to inhale and 1 to exhale. When we inhale in strokes, you want to think about expanding. Expand the belly, expand the rib cage, and then let it all relax and come in and finish by pulling the belly towards the spine. So we'll do a couple of these breaths. So here we go. One more. So this is a nice technique to use when you feel that you're anxious or you're upset, or that you need to get things under control, or that something is really bothering you. You can sit down and do a few moments, maybe even a couple of minutes of this 4-stroke inhale, 1-stroke exhale breath. Very simple, very gentle. While you're doing these breath techniques, you always want to try to keep your mind focused on what you're doing. Try not to chase the thoughts. You have about 1,000 thoughts per blink of the eye, and you don't want to chase all of them. And when we're doing this meditation, when you're doing any meditation, the idea is to allow yourself to become still. Focus inward. Focus on the flow of the breath. Focus on the sound of your breath. Focus on any areas where you feel resistance to the breath, maybe a little tension in your thighs, or your shoulders are tense, or your jaw is tense. And then release that as you release the breath. So the whole idea of meditating is to allow your body and your mind to come to stillness so that you can come to a state of being healthy and happy. So the next breath technique that I am going to teach you is one that I taught my children when they were very little. It is called a 1-minute breath, and the goal is to have each breath last 1 minute. Now that's very challenging. So we're going to start slower. We're going to start a little smaller. And the idea here is that we're going to inhale and then suspend your breath and then exhale. And you want all 3 parts of the breath to be the same length. And you're going to count in your head, and that's going to be how you decide each part of the breath and making sure that they're all the same. So you want to start maybe with 5. So you want to inhale by expanding the belly and then opening the rib cage and lifting the sternum, and then you're going to hold that posture for the same amount of time. And then you're going to allow the chest to drop down, the rib cage to come in, and the navel center, the belly, to drop back towards the spine for the complete exhale. So let's start with 5. Let's count to 5 on the inhale, 5 to hold, and 5 to exhale. And then the next time we'll go to 6, and then maybe to 7. And when you're doing your own practice, you're going to start wherever you feel comfortable. And if you find that 6 is the most you're going to be able to challenge yourself at this time, then stay with 6 and do a few breaths at that rate, at that pace. And then maybe next time you visit this meditation again, you try to stretch yourself a little longer. And then one of the nice benefits for this is that it helps to increase our lung capacity, which is very important with the coronavirus really attacking people's lungs. You want to keep your lungs strong and healthy. So we'll begin our breath with a nice gentle inhale, counting to 5 within yourself. Just count to yourself. Inhale. And then hold the breath. And now release the breath. And we'll go again to 6. And hold. And exhale. Let's do 6 again. Inhale. And hold. And exhale. Let's do one more round. Inhale. And hold. And exhale. Beautiful work. Very nice. The reason why I taught this meditation to my children when they were young was because sometimes going to sleep would be a little bit of a struggle, a little bit of a challenge. And don't we all have that challenge sometimes? And so this was a breath that I taught them because it's very simple. You can do this laying down in your bed. You can do this, as I told them, you can do it on the bus. You can do it while you're waiting in line, while you're patiently waiting for your meal to come to you. Wherever it is that you need to get control of your thoughts. This is a breath that really makes you focus because you have to count and you have to feel the breath. You have to be aware of the breath. And so this is a wonderful, beautiful technique that you can do anywhere. Nobody needs to even know that you're doing it. You can start with 2 seconds. Wherever you are in this moment, in this day, start. That's the best thing you can do for yourself, is just start. There's always reasons why you're not going to do something. Find a good reason to do it, and that is to be healthy and happy. We're going to finish with one more breath, and I love this breath. I love to teach this breath, especially to teenagers, but it works for anybody, any age. It's very simple, and you can do this just about anywhere, although you might get some funny looks. What you're going to do with this breath is sit up nice and tall and take the tip of your tongue and press it to the upper palate. And you're going to open your mouth nice and wide, and you're going to just hold that posture, tongue to the upper palate, the tip of your tongue pressing into the upper palate, your jaw drop down, your mouth nice and wide, and you're going to breathe through your nose. Gentle, graceful breath. This meditation is called Meditation for the Restless Mind. I don't think I need to explain that to you. Just know that there are many meridians at the top of the roof of the mouth that relate to the brain very directly. And so when we speak, when we sing, when we chant, and even when we just breathe, we want to stimulate those meridian points in the upper palate to work on our brain, getting our brain function to where we want it to be. So take the tip of your tongue, press it to your upper palate, and breathe deeply with an open mouth, but you're breathing through the nose. So just a few breaths might be all that you need to get your thoughts under control. You can stay with this breath for as long as it takes, but be true to yourself. Be honest with your practice. Focus on what you're doing. Try to sit up nice and tall as you can, so that your lungs can function to their most and best capacity. I hope these few breath techniques will help you in your daily life, not only now while we're facing this pandemic that has everybody very much upset and on edge and nervous. But take this through to your everyday life. Some of these techniques can be plugged in to your daily routine. And I hope that you will give yourself this gift. It's been my blessing to be able to share them with you. Sat Nam.